I used to live everywhere from the Ida B. Wells housing projects on 35th and Cottage Grove, all the way to the Brainerd neighborhood on 95th and Racine. And growing up in the projects in particular, I mean, that place was just like a zoo. It was like we had the big, tall, red high-rise building. You had a lot of different people doing a lot of different unseemly things, I'll say. I guess a kid really shouldn't have to see. For the most part, my parents weren't really in the equation. So my grandmother eventually started taking care of my sister and I. Being surrounded in those circumstances and in that atmosphere, one could look around and say, I could do what these other people are doing. I can get money this way, that way. I mean, for me, I looked around and said I wanted something better. Like I wanted something different. I wanted something that no one could take away from me because it was illegal. Well, Chicago Scholars, I would say, is responsible in large part for like the legal success. And the mentorship was great. We had lunch and learns like every week where different lawyers would come in and tell us about their practice areas, what it takes to be a lawyer, what you should do, what sort of law school you should go to, and things of that nature. And I sat down and talked with them and I said, okay, what is this job? What does it take to have this job? What sort of salary can I expect? And when they told me what sort of salary you can expect, I mean, I was just sold. I attended University of Notre Dame for college, Washington University in St. Louis for law school. Current title is third-year associate at Holland and Knight. In a perfect world, if I didn't have any bills, right, no debt, and I could sustain a comfortable living, just going to speak to at-risk youth, motivating them to go to college and succeed, I would do that, like 24/7. I just feel like I have to do it, and I want to do it. I love doing it. So I feel connected to these kids, and I feel like responsible for them. Like these kids they'll represent like my race, like our race in the years to come. It's all about money for teenagers. Like they want money, they want the fame, all that jazz. If I could convince them, which is what I've really been trying to do, that education leads to good money, I know, every step along the way, there's like, I reach like one student and they go do something great. And then they go back and do the same thing that I'm doing now.
Hi, Chicago. I miss them so much, and I'm always thinking about them and remembering how they helped me get to this point where I am right now. And every time I feel like I can't go on or that I'm struggling, I just think about their advice and their help and their love, and that helps me get through.
I'm Nicole Paprocki, and right now we're at Instituto Health Science Career Academy. Here I teach 9th grade biology and a course called Principles of Biomedical Science, which is a really hands-on science course. So I love my job. There are definitely challenges, but every day is a learning experience. I learn a lot from my students, and they contribute a whole lot to my own growing. And it's just fun to get to see kids learning every day. I think what Chicago Scholars taught me was that I should pretty much shoot for the moon. I actually had someone who interviewed me the day for Chicago Scholars interview tell me that don't accept anything less than the best. And so I think I walk in every day to my classroom with the same expectations for my students. I don't think they even know the opportunities that they have, just like I didn't know before I was in Chicago Scholars. And I try to let them know of those opportunities and to give them all the skills, the background information, and hopefully the education that they need to pursue those opportunities and to reach that goal. Here in this column is asking about what was the length for that width. So I find this data set. Besides teaching the students that I have, I am also a career mentor for Chicago Scholars. So I'm one of the current college mentors for about 7 students in the program who are going through everything that I went through as a junior and senior applying to school. What I really like about science is that it's always changing. It's one of those subjects where there's not a right answer, and I think that's really cool for kids to figure out that there's not just one right way of doing things, that there's many right ways, and that the important thing is to keep asking questions.
The Chicago Scholars Program assists talented but under-resourced high school students overcome barriers to college access and future employment. With over 1,000 scholars from every high school and every neighborhood in the city, Chicago Scholars is changing the face of Chicago's workforce. We are developing future leaders and a workforce of the best and the brightest. With our community partnerships, corporations, colleges, and universities, we are together mentoring and changing the way our scholars dare to dream and achieve.